Hello my dear friends, welcome to rainy Belgrade. Monday evening, 8 o'clock, rainy Belgrade. I read today I read that this October 2020 was the warmest, November 2020 was the warmest November ever, which now that I think, yeah, it was relatively warm also in Belgrade, so it may be the case, but now we'll see. The forecast for the coming days of December is not perfect. Rain, clouds, rain, wind. Wind was particularly strong last night. I up to the level that I couldn't sleep because of the windows practically shaking and the jalousies or the covers for the windows were shaking. There was quite this song of strong wind blowing, so it was quite unpleasant, I would say. I mean, I don't recall when was the last time that I felt so unpleasant because of the wind, actually. Literally I couldn't sleep, and then I at some point, because obviously there was a problem with this window cover in this sleeping room, so at some point of time I went to the living room to sleep there. Currently driving the street of Vojvode Stepe. After the reconstruction, I would say one of the, now looks quite nice. If I recall correctly, the reconstruction lasted for quite some period of time, and if I recall correctly, that was the second reconstruction of this street over the past how many years am I already in Belgrade? Over the past 30 years. So I was witness of the previous one and the last one that took place a few years ago. Now the tram tracks are again at the middle of the street. This is exactly how it, if I recall correctly, this is how it was when I first came to Belgrade in 1991. But then they changed it, and there were left and right, but now it's again, they made it at the center of the street, which may be a better solution now that I think. However, this street is, I believe that the people that architectured the reconstruction did not solve the biggest problem of this street, and this is the lack of parking parking spaces. So this has not been solved, and it seems that as you can see, the cars are parked all along the street, but that's kind of not enough. Maybe it would have been better for them if they had constructed some, maybe even an underground parking or something, I mean, at certain points of the street. I know it's expensive, but it's a problem solver. This way, soon we'll have again people parked, and we have already at the working day now. I mean, now we are outside of working hour, therefore it's not so many cars, but during the working hours, as there are so many shops here, people simply just park. I mean, for a short period of time, but when there are many people parking for a short period of time, then it's a problem. So they just park here, and then you have to go to the lane of the tram, and then you have these taxi drivers like this one. They believe that they belong to transport. Okay, okay, here it is written bus and taxi, which is okay then. There are some places where it is written only bus, but never mind. Okay, we have approached the... Now I'm not sure why this taxi driver did not continue driving in this lane for bus and taxi. Not sure. We are approaching Auto Command. As you can see, there are some Christmas decoration or New Year's Eve decoration on the streets, but not to the extent it used to be in previous years. It is nice, I have to say. I mean, but maybe it was a bit overly excessive in the previous years, and the explanation was that this is because of tourists that were coming in great numbers to celebrate New Year's Eve in Belgrade. And I have to admit, Belgrade, okay, this year is definitely an exception, but all the previous years there were so many tourists, and ever since and even before the explosion of Airbnb and Booking.com, this was happening. But with the availability of numerous accommodations in Booking.com and Airbnb, this exploded practically, so that many people from ex-Yugoslav republics and from Bulgaria, from Turkey especially, and Greeks as well, were coming to celebrate New Year's Eve in Belgrade, because indeed so Belgrade is offering quite a variety of options for the celebration of New Year's Eve, and it is traditionally so, and it's for most of those people I mean, it's much, or it is less expensive. Talking about Greeks, Turks, Slovenians and Croats, so many Slovenians were particularly numerous, and especially the youngsters. For them it was so expensive, so cheap to get into the train, and even the train may have been free of charge. If this is so-called Jolly train, do not recall right now, but I believe so. So that they had the opportunity to come to Belgrade very cheap and to spend a couple of lovely days for a really small amount of money. The reconstruction is no, it's not finished. No, it is. Finally. Okay, that much for now. The story about celebrating New Year's Eve in Belgrade. Unfortunately, this is not going to happen this year. And we were talking really about the significant inflow of money, despite the fact that everything was offered relatively cheap. These people obviously had to spend some money here for the accommodation, for food, for entertainment, etc. Okay, thanks very much. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.